Hey Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Nine Souls. I just finished checking out the room where Chio's brother is hanging out, and it appears that we can't interact with them just yet. So Chio wasn't even there, so I'm going to assume we'll unlock it soon enough. Oh, hello. Alright, so we gave you kind of a Frieza-esque voice. My lord, you are not far from the last soul, Eigong. Actually, hold on, I had an idea I wanted to try out for this. Be right back. Oh, okay, sounds good. My back will love that. My back will love that. In an awkward position, she says. All right, here we go. All right, Kiwi, so let's see how this works. All right, so 1, 2, 3.
My lord, you are not far from the last soul, Eigong. She is the final hurdle in the way of your obtaining all of the soul seals. This last encounter is filled with unknown variables, so make sure you're fully prepared. I also suggest tidying up any unfinished business to minimize any risk later down the road.
All right, so sounds like this is the point of no return. That sounded pretty fun. I don't know how it'll pick up on the mic, but that was our massage gun, called a Theragun, I think. Basically has been a wonder worker for Kiwi and my back pain. Oh, okay, so there are just a bunch of tubes of people here, so I guess never mind. That tube with the person bouncing in it is likely something we will encounter soon enough, but this is ominous. I wonder if these are the Dust Guard, actually. But ever since you got that Theragun and used it to, like, massage some muscles on my back, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a fun little thing to play with for voice acting later, I bet. And I was waiting for, like, a robotic voice to play it with. I hope the whirring of the machine doesn't get picked up too terribly loud on recording, but absolutely, even if it did, in theory I could probably edit it out in post. I would just have to learn how to do so. All right, so yeah, we have gotten the warning of the point of no return, the classic video game trope of we are about to learn and see and do things that there's no coming back from. Can't wait to see where that leads us. All right, recording device log 0184. Kind of proud of myself. I read that number on the first try. Shit, I got so excited about seeing Eigong that I inhaled my saliva and I'm not choking on it. I was so ready to, I was so excited to voice her. Okay, please hold. Okay, I'm sure that won't come back to be a problem with this next part. Oh, I really like aspirated a whole lot there. Okay, anyway, all right.
Origin era, year 450, winter, December 20th. I have never seen a catastrophe like this. Yanhuo will spread all throughout Penglai. No Solarian will be spared, including myself. However, during this chaotic time, the Tiandao Council was able to maneuver itself to the top. This has helped us secure an unprecedented amount of support and resources. Our new Kunlun Research Center will bring back all the Feng Shi technologies. I must live up to everyone's hopes and find that cure. That is our current mission. The world will know that science is our only hope.
I think I'm a little off, probably because combination of choking and Shanong's voice have left my throat in a bit of disarray. Like I had eaten a salad, I had a bunch of tea, I thought I was ready, and then I just choked real hard, metaphorically and literally. Unfortunate.
Origin era, year 452, spring, April 8th. While I was speaking in the Jia Kingdom, a severely injured young boy was put in front of me. He had suffered serious injuries from an explosion. I did not expect him to survive the next day. Miraculously, it seemed like the primordial roots was helping him regenerate the damaged organs and tissue. Using my rhizomatic stabilizer, the young man not only made a full recovery, his body also exhibited an unprecedented symbiosis between Solarian cells and genetic material from the primordial roots. This data may lead us to even more breakthroughs. Have I been blessed by the heavens?
Alright, I'm kind of there, but my throat is very sore. I may actually have to break off of this and take a break if it gets too bad. We have not been this way. I saw you this time. You didn't jump scare me this time. Gotcha. I'm very curious to know, like, I think we're building up to a lot of big reveals here. Let's take this upper path first. I think I can do some fancy platforming here. Okay, there we go. Don't know if I was meant to be able to do that just yet, but we'll go ahead and explore what we can access since we're here, you know? This place definitely feels a little bit more dangerous, at least on the design point. So in the last episode, I was talking about our crafting projects and got very distracted by a bunch of like dialogue, so I didn't really have a lot of time to properly address them. And we get a bunch of money. Is there any value in getting money here, considering presumably if this is the point of no return, we probably can't afford to buy anything any further? Oh, I see what you're at. Oh, well. Okay, well now that I know how that works, I can probably do this a bit more effectively. Try and make this before it, okay, good, just stay in the center, and, oh, ding. What does that do for us? Cats! It unlocked cats, Kiwi, what? Why are there cats here? Yeah, they're cats, okay. Log 0307.
Origin error, year 457, summer, August 1st. I have been going through solution after solution, only to find that I'm dead wrong every single time. When we isolated the Tianhuo gene from an embryo, the result did not resemble a Solarian in either appearance or intelligence. To say nothing of its incredibly short lifespan. In fact, we might not even be able to create a cure in time. It was in this fraught situation that Yi came up with the Eternal Cauldron project. It's risky, but it might be our last big gamble. Therefore, I have decided to move all of our available resources towards the Eternal Cauldron project. The research on the cure is by no means terminated, just postponed.
So, I think the implication here is that this horrific genetic mutating disease originated from Earth cats. So the question was, did they acquire ape men before or after the virus? I forget because it's been so long. I think the implication was after, like they found ape men after the virus happened and decided to use them for that resource. I think that might be hopefully expanded on a little bit soon, so maybe we'll have more answers in a little bit of time. But turns out it was cats the whole time. Should have been a doggy, should have been a dog. Anyway. So I was gonna say, so I was talking about our crafting project a little bit. So you are now doing some interesting braid work, which is looking really pretty, and I'm excited to see what you end up making from it. Because right now you're doing super basic stuff, but I imagine there are going to be more complicated patterns as time goes on. So I'm curious to see what else you make, Kiwi. Log 0342. Oh, hey, it's G.
Oh, hello. Origin error, year 468, winter, December 23rd. Fantastic! We've found a new ray of hope on the eve of the launch. Our research was totally misguided. We need not rely on the primordial roots to eternal life. I'm just gonna fill in the blank there. We need not rely on the primordial roots to obtain eternal life for Solarians. Oh, how appropriate that I am voiced like Frieza, and I am searching for eternal life. With the data from G's cells, we'll not only develop a serum for the Tianhuo, we'll also be able to achieve true immortality. I believe we can overcome any and all challenges we face. A Solarian that can live for thousands of years without any genetic modification. The source of G's vitality differs vastly from that of Kang Hui or Yi. But this information needs to be concealed, especially from Yi. We can't afford any more missteps at this juncture.
This is where the distrust truly begins. 0387, here we go.
Oh, hello. Foundation error, year 2, autumn, August 23rd. Despite not meeting expectations, we already have a prototype for the cure. The next step will be to test the cure on our test subjects. After several rounds of observation, adjustment, and additional testing, we should be able to perfect the serum. Solarian clinical tests take a massive amount of time to conclude. Luckily, the Eternal Cauldron project has brought us that precious time. In the end, the credit still goes to Yi. Where did it all go wrong? As your mentor, I thought you'd understand.
Huh. Looks like I can just barely get through that. Are those are okay, they're triggered by me jumping on them, so I had to kind of fly past it. Got it. I am unsure what the implication here is, but I have a feeling that the cure is not so curative as one would hope, and has led to some bad times for all parties involved. All right, we're getting a lot of dialogue. Okay, here, this is where things start to mutate, I bet. So let's see what we've got. Oh, that's a lot of logs. Log 0590.
Foundation era, year 37, winter, February 15. It's still unclear if one can be completely cured of Tianhuo, but there are no doubts regarding the effectiveness of the serum. Based on our reports, Tianhuo growth seems to have been suppressed in Dust Guardians who have received the serum. However, it is worth noting that a very small percentage of the test subjects experienced secondary mutation. These mutations have led the affected Solarians to take on a new form. What follows is a loss of sanity and an increase in violent behavior. This is a completely new development that will require further observation.
Ah, man, this is one of the voices that I just have not gotten to do nearly enough of. Chio and Abacus's voices are very adjacent to it, and they, but Chio's is more playful. It's very whimsical and musical. Like I tried to add little highs and lows to when he says his lines, and Abacus is supposed to be very, it wasn't exactly, but Abacus should have been more monotone in his delivery, and I should change that for the future for those kind of more roboticized voices, I suppose. Anyway, wow, the number of logs has bumped up substantially because we went from 590 to 1,118. Been a long time since the last log, I presume. Oh yeah, that's a lot of years later. I think we went from year 37 to year 125. Wow.
Foundation era, year 125, spring, May 27th. Waking up from the soulscape over and over again has taken its toll on my body. Solarians exhibiting the secondary mutations now referred to as mutants have demonstrated some incredible abilities. With the root's genes already present in Tianhuo, some mutants have been able to infect and devour a part of the primordial roots. Through that connection, these mutants are functionally immortal.
Data corrupted. Oh. So, okay, so that's why there's such a gap. Well, actually, no, that doesn't make sense. It makes sense in the terms of the year, but the amount of logs, so, what was it, like a 500-year slumber sort of situation? But still, there are a lot of logs that happen between this one and this one that are not accounted for here. Log 1199.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Foundation era, year 259, summer, August 12th. Damn soulscape. My head feels like it's about to explode. Returning to our report, the mutants seem to exhibit some collective consciousness. They share information and act as a group to the point of being energy efficient and coordinated to an extreme degree. This phenomenon goes beyond our traditional understanding of all life forms. We may be on the cusp of discovering a whole new type of organism.
Data corrupted. All right, so sounds like Eigong is starting to fall in love with her creations a little bit, which is maybe not a good sign for how things are going from here.
Foundation era, year 351. We have concluded our clinical tests after no new qualitative changes were observed. 90% of those who received the serum failed to recover from Tianhuo. The remaining 10% turned into mutants. How are we supposed to find the solution?
So basically, he pivoted her research to this new option, and this new option has fundamentally failed. I saw I was about to get two shots, two arrow shots from that, so I figured I'd go ahead and pop those arrows into that soldier there and make quick work of him. Okay. So far, nothing too complicated. Gotta be quick here because we do take damage. Dash through that. Honestly, I won't complain if the platforming here is simplified for my sake, because I have proven that I can be fundamentally flawed when it comes to platforming here sometimes. Okay, cool. I can safe spot here. I see what they're after. I wonder if I can floor lava this. I cannot. I messed up. Oh no. Ooh, saved it. Can't go through there here. So there's more information that we're about to unlock from the sounds of it. Oh hey, look, they have like images of all of the mutants, including a recent the Fang siblings just recently having been corrupted. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else to see. Oh, it's Aegon's soulscape. Okay. Where is Eigong though? I find this concerning. Do we just steal her soul seal immediately? Let's see. It feels like I'm not gonna have much for personal narrative here when there's just so much story happening, which is honestly fine. I like. Why don't we have memories happening? This seems a little sketchy. What have you got here for us, Eigong? This isn't the typical soulscape, I will say that much. I guess, what was her name? Lady Ethereal had the weirdest soulscape, objectively speaking, considering what we went through with her, but still. Oh, there she is. Hi, Eigong. What are you doing in your soulscape? I guess it... Never mind. I know exactly what you're doing, but still. All right, what have we got here? So this is where you were hiding. You weren't easy to find.
I really did not expect to see you again, Yi. I'm sure you didn't enter my soulscape just to say hello.
No, I'm here to patch up my regrets. Have you forgotten already? We were separated in such a hurry, I didn't have time to properly say goodbye to my old mentor.
Who are you calling old? Ha, what a sentimental disciple you are. It has been 509 years since we last parted, hasn't it? Back then, if I was able to convince you, things might not have developed this way.
Spare me the empty speculation. If we could go back in time, I would simply behead you with my sword.
I've watched you murder the souls one after the other. I don't even recognize you anymore behind your bloodlust. You were my favorite student, so curious about the world and eager to learn science. Don't you remember? You came up with the Eternal Cauldron and brought hope to all Solarians.
That hope should not have been based on lies. People have a right to the truth. That's what you taught me. You were the one who betrayed everything you believed in.
Wrong. As a scientist, I knew from the very beginning that it was important to solve problems in a practical manner. Truth and lies mean nothing compared to a Solarian's life. Forgive me for asking, but do you think Tianhuo will just disappear once you have taken all the soul seals? Or do you plan on waking everyone up just to die together back in Penglai?
Overthrowing you in the council is a start. I believe there are things more important than mere survival. I feel like the top answer is the answer Yi would choose. This is the answer I would choose.
I believe there are things more important than mere survival.
Like what? What could be more important than staying alive? Without life, we all return to nothingness. I have indeed made mistakes in the past. That's why I spent the last few centuries trying to make amends. Right now, I am the only one who can make things right. No matter how much you hate me, this is an indisputable fact.
You're not in a position to say any of that.
Did that strike a nerve? That's only because deep down you know I'm right. Yi, you are doing this on behalf of all Solarians. Wait, Yi, are you doing this on behalf of all Solarians? Or is this a personal vendetta?
Don't talk like you know me.
Deny it all you like, but the mentor always has a handle over the student. I don't think there's any meaning in continuing this idle chatter.
I agree. Draw your sword. I won't lose to you this time.
I admire your confidence, but don't forget, this is my soulscape. Do you recall the first key point from the Fengshi Art of War?
All warfare is based on deception.
Correct. You have always been an excellent pupil.
Oh, okay. All right, I don't know how this is gonna sound in post, but I'm really happy with how that sounded in my head. Oh shoot, she's stealing all the soul seals from us, isn't she? Yeah, she is. Oh no, that's bad. Yep.
I seized control of your, oh hello. I seized control of your nerve centers the moment you entered this realm.
You, even I, you, I didn't think you'd pull such a dirty trick.
In fact, I was just thinking about how I could obtain the permissions to usher in the new era. The heavens must have sent you to assist me, and for that, you have my gratitude.
You planned this from the start. So then, those mutants. No way. No way. No, then, those mutants. No way.
I can't quite get it. That voice, those back of the throat voices like Yi and Shenong are hard to do a breathy cadence to. Let me try a couple more times.
No way. No,
Like I shake the voice. I'm trying not to shake the voice, but I'm doing it by accident.
no way.
There were many accidents along the way, but I finally understand the purpose of it all. Everything, including your betrayal, ended up working in my favor. Sleep peacefully, my child, for this nightmare is about to end.
Somehow I get the feeling that it's only going to get worse if you're left in charge here. But I do like the aesthetic this game has, where like the computer glitchy aesthetic when things are going wrong.
God damn it.
One of the things I want to do with future voice acted playthroughs is maybe add some ad lib. I'm really bad at improv. I am good at improv when I have someone to bounce off of, but solo commentary is not where my strong suit lays, and I've learned that through the last 2 years of recording. I don't know who's talking. Yi. It's on a female, so Yi? Oh, yeah, it is.
Heng, is that you?
I've been thinking about a lot lately.
What do you mean? Why are you here?
I'm sorry, but I can't leave with you.
What? What did you say? What did you say?
I'm not going with you. I want to stay.
What happened? What's making you say such a stupid thing?
I'm serious.
You will die if you stay here. Don't you know that?
I know, but I can't imagine my life ending anywhere other than in Panglai.
New Kunlun, we will find a way to end this virus. You won't have to fear Tianhuo.
But ultimately, we're all mortal, and I hope to complete my journey within the Great Tao.
There you go again with that gibberish. Do you not want to live anymore?
Of course I want to live. How could I not want to spend the rest of my days with you? But Yi, I don't want to run away. Life and death are part of an inseparable whole. We must live well and be willing to accept death's embrace. We must live well and be willing to accept death's embrace when it inevitably comes. Back then, the primordial roots extended your life.
The one that saved me was my mentor. Why do you think I worked so hard to study science for all these years? I thought you of all people would understand. Why would you betray me like this? I've always saved the best of everything for you.
No, you just assumed what I wanted. You never bothered to ask me. You keep saying it's all for me, but really, it's always been about what you want.
So everything I've done up to now was just my own wishful thinking. I get it now. Is that what's been going through your head? I should have known.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
It's okay. I think you've made your point loud and clear. Let me do the same. I will come back to visit you one last time before takeoff. If after giving it some thought, you still decide not to come, then you're gone to me and I never had a little sister.
What? How could you say something like that? You're all I have left.
I'd rather forget about you than approve of you rotting with the rest of the lunatics on Penglai.
I ran out of air on that. Ooh, breath control, breath control. Okay.
I'd rather forget about you than approve of you rotting with the rest of the lunatics on Penglai.
Why?
Doesn't matter. You're not at fault and I'm not at fault.
Yi, I think you could handle this a lot better. You are definitely, at least in part, in fault here. But this is how they fall apart. This...
Yes. Yes. None of us were at fault. We just made different choices. But you never came back. Why? Why did you leave me behind?
I didn't.
When the curtains fall, none of us are really at fault.
Oh, hey, it's everyone. Yeah, and that was so much shorter than everyone else. I'm just gonna... We are Sauls, outshining all species, never to be extinguished.
Leeching off bygone glory to fuel our brilliance. We are survivors. We are survivors. Our feverish flames have failed to forge hope, inflicting blistering pain with each searing embrace. We are martyrs. Working in vain, painting our colors across the sky over and over again, probing and feeling.
Oh my.
Night descends and our light is already faded. Right and wrong fade away in the twilight. The sky is getting dark. No one's at fault, for we are only souls.
Very interesting. So I feel like that's almost the afterlife because all of the souls we killed are there. The only one who's missing was Kaufu. A shame I had him chime in there with that one bit of dialogue that probably should have been left unsaid. So what happens next? We fell into Eigong's trap. Oh, I bet it's Xuan Xuan. Xuan's gonna save the day. Xuan Xuan's gonna save the day, right? Maybe? Oh,
I knew you were here, Yi. I knew you were here. Yi! Aren't you excited for dinner tonight?
oh, it's our memories of Xuan Xuan that are gonna break us out of this. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh. Are we having another abacus? Hold on. Oh, no, never mind. I thought it was gonna be abacus. It's just Xuan Xuan.
Yi! Yi! You're finally awake!
Is that you, Xuan Xuan?
Can you hear me, Yi? Where have you been? We were attacked!
The Four Seasons Pavilion? Oh, are you in danger?
Those metallic monsters suddenly came in and... wait! I think they're back!
Find a place to hide, quickly! Xuan Xuan? Xuan Xuan, are you there? Answer me!
All right. Well, I think now begins the frantic backtrack. Character bio updated. Eigong, one of the 10 souls in the council and head of the research center. Eigong holds the most prestige in the Tiandao Council. She is the council's de facto leader and Yi's mentor. Okay. Wow. A lot happened in this episode. I think, honestly, this feels like a really good place to pause while we go rushing back to the pavilion and see what happens from there. So, Kiwi, I'm very curious to see how the voice acting in this one came out. I think there are going to be parts that if I heard in post, I'd be like, well, I could re-record that and it would be better. Like, that's the thing. When I do a worked on project with voice acting, I get to record a bunch of takes and then pick the best one. Here, it's kind of a blind read because I'm reading it as the lines are written, basically. And so I have to kind of read the setting and the mood of the conversation before I even fully have read the line, and I do think that can ruin some of the performance. So it's one of those things where I wonder if maybe down the road when I have free time, which may or may not happen, may not, definitely may not, but possibly may happen, where I just go and redub some of this playthrough. And like I've always wondered about, like, I've mulled over the idea of like a 9 Souls abridged sort of thing where I just kind of like do the dialogue that I voiced as like just the story sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's a project that I've had in my head, but I'm definitely not acting on for some time and for now. Anyway, Kiwi, I hope you have enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I imagine we're coming up very close to the end of the game, considering things are getting dire. Eigong has all the power, and our previous safe haven that no one else had ever touched is now under siege. We'll see what happens next, Kiwi. I'll see you in the next one. Sleep well.